Hot topic of conversation in our house right now is, do we invest in a syndication with equity or do we invest in debt? We have gotten into doing some short term lending with flippers here in town. They rehab houses and then they sell them. So typically they need money short term for maybe 6 months, and we are able to lend them some money on the debt side. We're in a first lien position, and that gives us the ability, if anything ever went wrong, to take the house. It would be ours is in that first lien debt position. So it's been really interesting getting into this. We've been doing this for about a year now, and we've been able to make some really solid returns on our money short term, which has been great. On the syndication front, with investing in like large multifamily apartment communities, typically your money is tied up for 3, 5, 7, maybe even 10 years. We have a deal that is a 10-year hold. So you don't have access to it during that time. You typically will get some cash flow throughout. But it starts minimal. It'll maybe be 6%, 7%, and slowly increase over time. But a majority of the profit is on the back end when the asset sells. And so that's something to keep in mind when doing a syndication. Is it's more of an opportunity to place your money into a hard asset and help grow your wealth. And so I love that. We've invested in a number of those. They've been great opportunities to get involved in real estate, especially for my investors that maybe don't have the time or the education or just the interest in going out and being a landlord. They're able to invest in a syndication, and again in that equity position where you get to share in the upside. So if the property does really well, you're able to probably make a stronger return that ends up averaging out annually than you might on the debt side. So typically the debt is like a fixed percentage. Some of the deals I'm seeing are 8, 9, 10%. You can do better if you're sitting in the position of running the show. You're the one out there lending your money, but you might be able to get into a debt fund where you don't have to do anything. It's very passive and it's very short term. So it is a great option if you want something maybe with low risk. Every deal is a little bit different. If you're the one running it and you don't have any experience, then that lends to some risk. But there are groups out there that are fantastic. They know what they're doing, and they're really good about vetting every loan that they put out there, and they do a ton of underwriting, have all the correct documents in place. They're just really smart about it. And so that is, again, a good option if you want to do something that's a lot more short term, maybe 6, 12 months, 2 years, and see, maybe an 8, 9, 10% annual return on your money. Keep in mind, though, the tax implications are probably going to be larger than you'll see on a syndication where you're getting to take advantage of the depreciation on the asset. That's a conversation for another day. But there's some really great tax advantages on that front early on in the investment. Now, on the back end, when the asset sells, you're probably going to have some heftier tax implications. So either way, just know that you're going to have to deal with those probably one way or the other. But again, the syndication route gives you an opportunity to share in the equity. And if the property does well, you have a really good partner on the ground operating the property, you're going to hopefully see a strong long-term stellar return on your investment, maybe doubling your money after 5 years or tripling your money. Every deal is different. And again, there could be some risk if the property doesn't do well or the operator doesn't do well. Whereas with the debt, you're in the first lien position. If anything happens, you're typically the one first that gets to take the property, again, depending on how the documents are written. So every deal is different. But it gives you the opportunity to be in something potentially shorter term and maybe more of a fixed rate that you're getting. So again, in our household, we've been doing both of these and we really like both of them. So it's been kind of a back and forth of like, which one do we like more? It's really a matter of where are you at right now? What are your goals? What do you want to achieve? For us, we have income coming from multiple streams. We're involved in syndications. We also lend money. I'm a realtor, so I get some money from different transactions I do. My husband is a consultant, so he's also earning some income from that. And so we're piecing together our income, and the short-term opportunity is very helpful right now. But we will always invest in hard assets that are growing and appreciating and building equity over time. So that is our long-term goal, is to have more of those in our portfolio, but also lending has been really great. So if you are interested in discussing this more, please reach out. We are hoping to have more of these opportunities on the lending side in our business in the future. So far, we've just been focused from a business standpoint on syndications, but our plan long-term is to offer some lending opportunities where you could get involved on the debt side. So reach out with questions. Happy to help.